Welcome to our third day of graphing linear equations. Excuse me, I have kind of a cold, so my voice doesn't sound quite like it used to. So the first thing we gotta do is graph this function. How we do that is we need to draw a table. In this table, we'll have x and we'll have y. We'll also have 1/4 x minus 2. Now, the easiest thing to do when making this table is I have 1/4, so I'm going to put numbers that have 4 in them. So like -4, 0, and 4. So if I do this then, I have 1/4 times a -4 minus 2. I have to find a fourth of a -4, which is -1, minus 2, which gives me -3. Then I have 1/4 times 0 minus 2. 1/4 times 0 is 0, minus 2 is -2. Finally, 1/4 times 4 minus 2. A fourth of 4 is 1. 1 minus 2 gives us a -1. So then we have to find our points, our x and our y coordinates. Our x's are -4, 0, and 4. Our y's we found out to be -3, -2, and -1. So if we graph this, we gotta go over to -4 on the x-axis first. We always do the x first. So -1, 2, 3, 4. And on our y-axis, we're gonna go down 3. 1, 2, 3. There's our first point. Then we go 0. We stay here and go down 1, 2. And finally 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1. Now all we need to do is connect these dots. And we have our line. We have graphed this function. Now, we're going to get to something a little bit different. We still have to graph the function y equals -3x plus 1. So we're still going to draw our table. We have our x and we have our y. But instead of making up numbers for our x now, it says we have a domain of x is, what this symbol is less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. X is less than or equal to 0. So we know that it can be equal to 0, so our first one is going to be 0. Now what numbers are less than 0? Well, those numbers that are less than 0 are our negative numbers. So -1, -2, and -3. Let's try this then. We put our 0 in for our x. So -3 times 0 plus 1. -3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. -3 times -1 plus 1. -3 times -1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. -3 times -2 plus 1. -3 times -2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And finally, -3 times -3 plus 1. -3 times -3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So our points then are going to be 0, 1, -1, 4, -2, 7, -3, 10. So we have x and we have y. We go to 0, 1, our first point. -1, 1, 2, 3, 4. -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, when we are graphing this though, we know that x cannot go past 0. We know that x is only less than or equal to 0. So my line is only going to be less than or equal to 0. Pass this into our positives. That's our restricted domain. We can't go there. Restricted means it's off limits. So our line only goes through here. So our range then, our range is always our y. Our y's are only going to be what is greater than. So our y's are going to be greater than or equal to 1. So our range is y is equal to or greater than or equal to 1. You can't go below 1 because that's where our 0 is, but it can go above on forever. Okay, our next one. We have -2x plus y equals 3. Y is not by itself, but it needs to be. So I'm going to put a box around that. That's what I'm trying to get by itself. I'm going to add 2x. So we get y equals 2x plus 3. That's our new equation then. So if we draw our table, we have x and we have y, and 2x plus 3 in the middle. This one says our domain is x is greater than or equal to 0. So this means greater than. So again, it can be equal to 0. So we can put a 0 there. But greater than 0 is going to be our positive numbers, like 1, 2, and 3. So we got to put this into our equation then. So 2 times 0 plus 3. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3. 2 times 1 plus 3. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5. 2 times 2 plus 3. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. And 2 times 3 plus 3. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So our points are 0, 3, 1, 5, 2, 7, and 3, 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 7. And 3, 9. Now remember, our line cannot go past x, or cannot go past 0. So our line is just going straight up on our positive side, and our restriction is this side, our negative side. That's off limits. We can't go there. Our range, though, our range looks like anything that can be greater than or equal to a positive 3. So our y can be anything greater than or equal to positive 3. Can't go below 3 because that's not where our 0 is. Our 0 is at 3. Alright, now last one. We're going to graph another linear function with a restricted domain. This time our function is y equals 4. So if we have y equals 4, we have to draw just a single little table. We don't have an equation, so all we need is x and y. We know that y equals 4. So everything for our y is going to be 4. But our domain, our x, is less than or equal to 3. So we know that can be equal to 3, so we can put that. But it has to be less than now, so 2, 1, and 0. So our points are 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, and 0, 4. 3, 4 is at 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4 is over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, and 0, 4. Now it makes a horizontal line, but we know we can't go past 3. So it only goes in one direction. It goes this way. Everything past here is restricted. We can't go there. So our range is 4. We can't do anything other than 4. Everything that y is 4. So our range is y equals 4. Alright, you have a worksheet for homework, so go get that if you're done with your notes and get to work.